Okay, we'll start with Ian Steele, followed by Evan Lazar.
Hey, Stacy. Josh, how are you?
Good. How you doing?
Good, good. We were talking to Dante Hightower yesterday, and he said that you in your game remind him of Matt Judon, who you're now teammates with. What does that comparison mean to you?
I mean, that's a great comparison because Judon is probably one of the best pass rushers I've ever been around. But I just try to work every day to kind of emulate, do some things he does and try to get to his level, his status, So it's definitely great to have a player you aspire to be like on your team and in your room, that way you kind of have someone that lays out the roadmap of, how to go about things like a professional. So
did you like Judon's game before he was your teammate? And how has it changed now that he's right next to you and you can bounce ideas off?
Definitely. I mean, I remember playing the Ravens last year and being on scout team. We talked about Judon being kind of like this chess piece, this versatile guy who can do a lot of different things and brings versatility to the defense. So, ever since then, I kind of just, started watching more of his game and just kind of just seeing how fluid of a pass rusher he is. So.
Thanks, Josh.
Next question, Evan Lazar, followed by Zach Cox.
Hey, Josh, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
Doing well. I just wanted to take you back to yesterday's practice for a second with the Giants, and I had you down for 3 sacks in the scrimmage. It looked like you kind of started to get into your own a little bit during that practice. Just what was it like to be able to get to the QB so effectively yesterday?
Just being able to compete against other guys, that aren't your teammates is always a great opportunity to kind of showcase some of the things you've been working on in practice. Definitely just we were all finding a rhythm, together as a defense and, things were clicking, we were flowing and, it kind of just showed itself. So.
Did anything change for you guys today? We're not allowed to watch you guys practice anymore. So anything different about today's practice? I know you can't get into too much detail, but would you say it was any different than yesterday?
Yeah, I didn't see you guys out there, man. I'm looking to my right. I'm like, where the guys at, But nah, it was obviously, it was just kind of more of, normal type practice for us, nothing really spectacular. So
thanks, Josh.
Next question, Zach Cox, followed by Kyrie Thompson.
How's it going, Josh?
Good. How you doing, Zach?
Doing well. Having been together with this current group now for the last couple of months, and was it 20 practices at this point, a couple practices against some other teams. Are you getting excited for just the potential that this front seven has, just with all the new pieces and with some of the returning guys like yourself kind of potentially taking another step forward this year?
I'm excited every day, man. I get to come in with these guys, great group of guys, It's always fun, always a lot of energy. And just when we're out there, it's just dynamic, God, you can rely on guys, you can trust guys to do their job. So I look forward to coming to work every day, and because it's always something new, there's always a way to get better. So.
Next question, Kyrie Thompson, followed by George.
Hey, Josh. So yesterday, after a couple of those plays, I mean, you were getting pretty amped up. I mean, you could see that, you were pretty fired up, and the defense was fired up. I mean, how is that for you? Like, bringing that energy and kind of letting, the other team, and even letting your guys know, like, I'm feeling good out here. I'm ready to dominate.
Yeah, that just goes back to, where I'm from. I'm from Miami, Florida. Growing up in Miami, Florida, it's a football hotbed. And, I just always remember my Pop Warner coach, Coach O, he told me when it's okay to be a nice guy, but when you step on the field, you got to flip a switch. You got to become kind of for lack of a better word, you got to develop a mean streak, if you will. So, kind of that's the mentality I've took with me all the way up until now. And it's kind of, when you step on the field, you got to flip that switch, and kind of, turn up the intensity, play with some passion. And that's kind of how I go.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that.
And George, I'm afraid I'm going to butcher your last name, so I'll just, George from Nesson.
It's all good, Stacy. No one can get it. It's Balekchi, but George is fine. Josh, appreciate your time. With Dante speaking so highly of you, and you finding your footprint in a front seven with him, Kyle, and Matt as well. What do you pick up from each of those guys, if you can think of it, that's helped you make this big jump in your second season?
Okay, I'm going to answer that, but I want to ask, where is your last name from? I just want to know.
So I appreciate you asking. That means a lot. Both of my parents immigrated here from Lebanon. So my grandfather, he's from Syria. So it's Syrian, but Lebanese. So I appreciate that, Josh. It means a lot. What's Uche? Uche, what's that? Is it French?
Nigerian. Yeah, my parents are immigrants from Nigeria. Yeah.
So. That's really cool, man. We're both first generation. So that's dope. Yeah. I appreciate you asking, brother.
No problem. But to answer your question, I mean, just having guys like Van Noy, you have Judon, you've got Hightower, you've got Chase, you've got Ronnie, you've got a ton of guys, you got Anthony. I mean, you could learn something from each of those guys every single day. Like, somebody might be better at you at a certain thing. And me, the way I look at things, I try to look at what everybody does well and try to implement that into my game. So to have such a high level and a high amount of guys in our room that do things very well, I mean, just allows me to kind of cherry pick a little bit at, adding things into my game. So.
And last question, Rosie.
Hi, Josh. You're adding things into your game. So these preseason games, how beneficial has it been for you this season after not having them last season, and these joint practices too?
It's been great, to kind of halfway, prepare for a team, to be able to practice or go against somebody other than your teammates. It's always a great opportunity that'll get you ready for the real thing. So, definitely having it this year as opposed to last year has been great. Having fans has been great. Last year was kind of like a ghost town in the stadium, but it's definitely been great. Just allows, guys to kind of, get into their playbook more in depth because you're going against someone else. And, it's definitely been great in my opinion.
Thanks, guys. Chase Winovich will be next.